The fog sets in.
I am the thunder and the fury. Heading out. Locked and loaded. Move. Armoring up. Maximum firepower. Heading out. Repairing armor. Your little chicken legs won't get you very far. Maximum firepower. You're already cooked. Armoring up. Heading out. Repairing armor. short legs won't get you very far. Armoring up. Armoring up. On the move. Armoring up. Armoring up. Run. Your little chicken legs won't get you very far. Armoring up.
The fog sets in.
Never know what hit me.
I recently got into a massive argument with my own chat about
Sup?
aliens visiting Earth,
WTF
which is a
this
crazy
game?
war to have fought. You know, it was a bloody battle. I'm sure most of you know because I've talked about it before. My dad is super into aliens. He firmly believes they've helped us build the pyramids, given us fiber optic internet. You know, I'm surprised he hasn't started talking about aliens, how they farted 5G onto our planet or something. Like, he's big into the aliens thing and always has been since I was a kid. So I've been inundated with all kinds of alien stuff ever since I was young. So I have loved the field, but I have never been a believer that aliens have ever visited this planet, ever. I do think there is life outside of our planet, obviously, in the massive, unfathomably huge scope of the universe. I think it's unlikely there's no other life out there, but I don't think it's ever visited us. It would have to have somehow found fast and light travel, wormhole, something, which is so far above our comprehension that if they did actually do it, we wouldn't have even been able to process them visiting us, I imagine. Like, it is just so well beyond us that I just don't think it's happened. So I have been firmly against the idea that aliens have visited us, but I've always been open-minded in wanting it to be true. I would love to be able to fist bump my dad, be like, "Hey, Pops, you were right. And here's proof of the aliens having visited us. I did a keg stand with one of them at my frat brother's last party." Like, that'd be great, you know? But I've just never seen any compelling evidence about it. And we got to talking about it on stream, and a couple of chatters were very adamant that I was off my gourd for not believing every single abduction story ever told and every single sighting ever made, including the recent Las Vegas one, which was confirmed to just be casino lights reflected in the fucking sky, but they're writing that off as it was like a cover-up for aliens. Like, it's outrageous. In order to convert me to their side, to believe in them, to persuade me, they would tell like these anecdotes. Like, I read this story once on these forums where, you know, this guy's friend Eric was playing basketball in his driveway one evening, and then all of a sudden everything went white and his memory was erased, but he had his butthole prolapse. Like, the anal prolapse is signs of the aliens having experimented on him, and he lost 6 hours of memories. How is that proof? Why am I supposed to take that at face value? But they would drop these things like the Eric butthole incident and have me look it up and be like, how can you not believe us? This is ridiculous. You're spitting in the face of real proof. So I was losing my goddamn mind having this argument with them, and eventually we ended up going to something called like the Ariel School incident, which is a school in Zimbabwe which claims to have been visited by aliens, where 62 school children drew in crayon their encounter with a UFO and aliens who warned them about the future. And I got called crazy for doubting the legitimacy of it, because you have 62 school students that drew very different crayon drawings that don't agree with one another. Some of the drawings have them coming down in a goddamn space potato, others have like this elaborate, huge UFO, very generic, and then the aliens, they can't even agree on what they looked like. Some claim that they had long black hair, so literally fucking looking like me coming out of the spaceship. Some of them drew the aliens bald, like very generic alien baldness. Like, none of the kids' drawings even like agree with others. Like, it's such weak evidence, but they're using it as fact. Like, how could anyone doubt us when this exists? So I'm just gonna show you some of the clips from the stream because it got heated, and then we opened Pandora's box and started talking about warp drives for some reason. It got off the rails. It got a little crazy. So I just wanted to show some of that. But I want to make it clear. I would love if there was real compelling evidence of aliens having visited us, like actual encounters with aliens. That'd be great. And there have been government-released documents and footage from pilots and shit from unidentified flying aircrafts, this unidentified air phenomenon, but none of it's like aliens per se. It's just we don't fully understand exactly how it works, so it's unidentified as of the moment. It's never definitive proof of aliens being here. It's just we don't have a full explanation on it yet. But it could be. Yeah, it could be, and I find that stuff to be pretty interesting, but I don't view that as, hey, here's proof that extraterrestrials are here for some reason. But anyway, let me just show you how the stream went. A leading UFO expert has investigated dozens of sightings over an impressive 45-year career and says aliens don't come in peace and have an agenda. I wonder what the agenda is. They come down here just to read our dank memes, shitpost on Twitter. I wouldn't say they're peaceful due to the thousands of UFO abductions worldwide. I woke up and my ass is sore. Damn you, aliens! Not again! I've been a big fan of aliens shit, UFO investigative shit for a long time. I have never once read, watched, or listened to a compelling abduction story that made me be like, this man actually he got abducted. At no point did I ever once even remotely come close to believing any of the abduction stories. Have you seen that documentary about a guy with 9 alien kids? What is that? What are we talking? What? No, I can't say I've seen that. What the fuck does that? He has 9 kids with extraterrestrials? This man's spreading the humanity seed throughout the cosmos? There were 30 plus kids who saw aliens at their school and drew them. If there is one group that I trust more than anyone, it's kids. They're notorious for not having an imagination and not just...
Hardline.
I either think it's John or it's fucking Robert. And I just like... Bro, how did I hit you, Robert?
No. Damn, that shit got...
That's what it is. I don't got my one thing on.
This cocaine?
At least my Hawkeye ain't on or whatever it is.
Robert,
Hey, what's up?
What's up, perfectly poor gaming?
Cocaine on this game.
Like, my arms are drenching in sweat right now.
Oh.
First off, I'm hot. The heater is on.
Oh, they real life got cocaine in this bitch.
Bro, there's no way. Did I at least hit you? I swear to God, I didn't hit you here.
What up, Piper School?
Drugs.
I just
Bro,
watched that.
what is happening?
My controller
Why am
died.
That didn't work. That should have worked in my aim a little bit better than that.
Like, my whole fucking
Look at
shit
this
died.
drug stash.
I'm not. Give me that.
Quick fix online.
Bro, you're just fucking aiming down now, motherfucker. Goddamn.
Hostile cluster mine detected. Enemy UAV active.
Chill out, Robert. Bet you're looking at every fucking corner.
see if I can get a kill with just the blicky. With just the blicky. He was on go mode.
Hostile cruise missile incoming. Hostile UAV in the area.
Bro, that. God. Dude, how are you? What? Yeah, this makes no goddamn sense.
I had to reload, bro. I was trying to really kill you too.
UAV overhead.
That makes no fucking sense. I wonder how many hit markers I got on there.
Cluster armed. Strike on standby.
Now I gotta use the blicky because I've been blicking them all up. Now I'm out of ammo.
Standing by. Enemy UAV active.
that's a fucking quick scope. When that shit back, I use the SPX 80 sniper.
Copy that. Mortar strike inbound.
No hits on target. Hostiles launched a cruise missile.
That was kind of dumb.
Impact. No hits.
Has Dad figured it anything
Hostile
out
UAV
yet?
in the area.
Alright, I didn't go to school today. I ain't going to school today. I hope you fall, you dumbass nigga.
Hostile cruise missile launched.
I set you on fire. How are you
I
alive?
should have went to the skating field trip. Look at you, dumbass nigga. Hey! None. I'm about to re-up. How much you need?
I don't know. Where do you want to put conferences?
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostile airstrike near your location.
just going with what everyone else is doing. That's what I would hinge my alien evidence on, is children's drawings. Being in all black, possibly showing medium long black hair. Were the aliens just clones of me or something? What do you mean? The aliens have normal human hair? Well, there's no hair here. One of them was bald, I guess. Maybe he got made fun of on the ship. Not only would the beings have to have somehow discovered faster-than-light travel to make it here, it would have somehow had to elude everyone else's gaze and have only a couple people, in this case 62 school children, see them. Like, the amount of crazy coincidence that must all occur for only a small group to see that is very unlikely. I'm ready to... There is nobody on the planet that wants alien encounters to be real more than me. If this has compelling evidence, I would be elated. I would love that. I want to believe. But it is so unbelievably unlikely, and all of the evidence is so shit that it's impossible, in good conscience, to believe that there are aliens that visit us periodically. The circumstances for such a thing to be true are very, 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 very low possibility. So for multiple days, there have been headlines of UFOs hovering over the skies of Zimbabwe. And the only evidence we have is some children's drawings. Surely that would be major fucking news. And also, why would the aliens just be hovering over Zimbabwe? What are they doing there? They're just hovering there, doing nothing. Standing there menacingly like the hash-slinging slasher. What would be the purpose? Why would they have come there? Let's go down this for a minute. So the aliens came here to warn us about the future. And the optimal way of warning us was to go to a small school in Zimbabwe and tell a group of children. That was the best way of delivering this warning of the future? They were talking about COVID. Imagine this is all very true. The aliens actually did just fucking boot, scoot, and boogie all the way down to Earth just to land here and be like, hey, there's this little thing called COVID. I'm letting you know it's right around the corner. No good. No good. Alright, good luck with that. We're out. We've done our job. Message delivered. I don't think they were visited by aliens warning us about the future. Let's play with that for just a moment. Going back to that. Not only were they intergalactic travelers, they're fucking time travelers, warning us about our future. That's another crazy technological leap. And if they're that smart, that advanced, why would they tell a group of children at a small school? And also, why would they ever even make direct contact with people? They could just transmit the message. There's millions of cases. So what you've just shown to me is you believe what everyone says. You don't believe anyone's making things up. You don't believe in people having, for example, a sleep terror, which a lot of it boils down to sleep paralysis, where they have these very real feelings at night, where they're half asleep, half dreaming, and a lot of it gets chalked up to sleep paralysis. So you don't believe in any of that. You don't believe in mass hysteria, I would imagine then. You don't believe in manifested group thinking, where if someone believes they saw something, other people mysteriously start to have memories or visions of the same thing. You just take everything at face value, and no one's ever lying. Oh wow, Jesus, you're having a full meltdown. Anal probing isn't even a real thing, you moron. You get all your UFO info from fucking movies and TV. You get all of your UFO info from fucking TV too! What do you mean? All of your sightings are on TV! What are you fucking talking about? And then you said reptilians are part of the aliens. And faster than light is an outdated theory. Warp drives are proven. You're misinformed. What are you... What? Are you having an episode of psychosis? Jack Sarfati talks about the technology behind warp drives. Who mentioned fucking warp drives? I don't know why you're harping on that subject. That word had not left my mouth until I read your comment history of your 86 message meltdown. I'm not talking about fucking warp drives! Why do I need to do research on warp drives? That goddamn name didn't leave my mouth. He brought it up. But warp drives are an important part of alien lore. Maybe, but I wasn't talking about fucking warp drives. Jesus Christ. You asked for answers. On what? Warp drive? When did I ask for answers on warp drive? I want alien evidence. What the fuck are you talking about? Who am I talking? That is evidence? So, let's assume every alien has their own warp drive motorcycle. Why are they visiting trailer parks and fucking small schools to warn us about the future, then only telling children? That isn't an answer. You weirdo. That chatter didn't read jack shit. It's theoretical physicist, meaning it hasn't been put into effect and there's no way to test any theories. I don't care about warp drives if they're real or not. God damn it. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey Dan,
What's up, Aaron?
surprise kiss.
Call HR.
No, it's Valentine's Day.
Okay. Call HR and wish them a happy Valentine's Day. And then tell Aaron I'm suing.
Surprise kiss. Not even promo in there. Just
Oh yeah, we forgot the promo. Also, Game Grumps merch.
Hey, I'm Grump. I'm not so Grump. And we're the Game Grumps.
Dropping logs and cranking hogs. We're the Game Grumps.
Game Grumps.
And,
Subscribe for 10 years and counting. Have you ever had a chance to watch Game Grumps? Hopefully not. Today's the first day.
All right, welcome. It's we're playing Marble It Up. Aaron and I are a little punchy. It's the first Game Grumps episode we're recording in 2023.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we just got back from holiday vacation and we're well rested and hydrated and thriving and staying in our lanes, and let's do this, Aaron.
God, the last time we recorded Game Grumps was last year.
Yeah, I mean, technically. It was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but...
Don't be that guy in the office who's like, see you next year, finger guns.
Well, it's funny though.
What made you want to play my marble?
Okay, so it's kind of similar to Sonic.
How so?
Because it's kind of like Sonic.
Looks more like Marble Madness on account of the marbles.
But like, watch, you'll see.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's kind of like Sonic a little bit.
It's also got like a Super Monkey Ball kind of deal.
It's got a little Super Monkey Ball-ish going on, which is nice.
I love it.
It's a little easier, but...
I adore Super Monkey Ball.
I don't need to learn to turn, dude. What the just let me turn for real.
I love superpower, add monkeys, add balls. So what is not to like?
Well, this is more... Super Monkey Ball is like, you gotta tilt the world. But this is like, kind of controlling the ball instead of the world.
Okay.
Because Super Monkey Ball feels like those old Labyrinth games.
That's
which
true.
I don't know if that's like more... Maybe that's more elegant. I guess that the camera kind of makes it say, whoops.
I like to imagine the people creating the Super Monkey Ball Collect the Bananas game were like, where's the elegance?
Is there a narrative here? Are you a giant man moving a labyrinth around?
Or is the labyrinth moving you?
Oh,
and you're at a fixed point.
Oh my god.
Get really existential with it. Ooh.
Cut to the CEO of Sega holding 5 Gamer Awards.
And $40 billion.
I don't even know where Sega is anymore, dude. What are they even making?
Japan.
Sonic?
Yeah.
Oh, they did make a new Sonic.
Yeah.
Oh, we should play that.
You want to? Sonic Frontiers?
Yeah, but I don't know. I gotta try it out first. I haven't had time to play video games. I've been playing Chrono Trigger.
That's a video game.
Right, but... Yeah, but like, it was like for me, though.
I see.
For some reason in my mind, like, playing video games is like trying new stuff. Mm-hmm. And then playing Chrono Trigger is like, well, I just decided to play Chrono Trigger and now I'm doing that.
Seeing an old friend again.
Yeah, like I want to.
That is like I've just started rereading Lord of the Rings again.
There you go. So you're not saying like you're reading a book, you're reading Lord of the Rings.
It's yeah, I guess that's true.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
It's like I'm reading this book called Lord of the Rings. Like that sounds weird.
Well, don't say it like that. Lord of the Rings.
Well, I'm not
That's freaking Lord of the Rings. It's awesome.
Okay.
Although personally, I do feel that the first 100 pages of the first book, you got to fight through it a little bit.
Really?
To me.
Oh, isn't that a bit in Clerks where they're like, it's just walking?
Well, no, I mean it's wonderful. Like it's all the descriptions are beautiful. I love Tolkien's writing, love it. But there's just like one character named Tom Bombadil, who like. Let me put it this way: Peter Jackson, in all 14 or 15 hours of his 3 Lord of the Rings movies, decided that this character wasn't important enough to be filmed.
His name's Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil. Yeah. It's just, they're at his house and he's just dancing around and you're like, please get to where they meet Aragorn.
He's just dancing around.
I know there's gotta be Tom Bombadil stands out there who I'm gonna hear it from. But that's
it's
how
a crime that he was left out of the Peter Jackson movie.
It's just how I feel. I don't hate him. I don't hate it. And it's not even bad. It's just like compared to the rest of the books, which are like some of the best things I've ever read. It's a little bit of a grind.
Wow. Tom Bombadil. What a great name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name my kid Tom Bombadil.
He's very jolly. He's a jolly swell fellow.
Oh hell yeah. Hey Ike, would you mind? I would love you forever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna specify so that our viewers can just guess what's happening.
Right.
All right, sure thing.
Oh.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you remembered what it is?
Yeah, to get a sandwich.
Pretty.
for you.
No, it's not.
Food?
It's not a sandwich.
Okay.
Slowing the clock improves your score. I don't want to slow the clock. Why would I do that?
Question.
Yeah.
Oh, not a question. Just random statement. Don't even know if this will be interesting to anyone. That circle with the 11 in it or whatever, with the 1-1 that's spinning around that you collect.
Yeah.
That is exactly the logo of a band from the 90s called 11 that I absolutely loved.
Oh, it's a pause symbol.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, it slows down time?
Yeah.
Nice. Or even
the universal pause symbol.
Is it really? It's used in other games?
Well, I mean, haven't you used a Walkman before?
Oh, yeah, the 2 lines like that. But I'm just talking specifically those 2 lines with the circle around it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It just looks exactly like this band. If anyone wants to hear that symbol, God, that's the 11 symbol. Wow. If you want to hear a cool song, Reach Out by 11, 1993. Very tasty.
Is it the one that's like, reach out? Thank you, Ike. You're a goddamn hero. Reach out and touch fate. That one?
That's Depeche Mode.
Okay, okay.
That's Personal Jesus.
Oh, why would they call it that when it's reach out and touch? It should be called Reach Out and Touch Faith.
It's the faith is in Jesus, like your own personal Jesus. That's what they're singing about.
Oh, okay. You can't have your own personal Jesus. He's one guy.
Someone to hear your prayers. Someone who cares.
So who?
Jesus. Your own personal one.
But he's a guy that was around and he's dead now.
I don't know, man. Talk to I can't remember his name. David DeGan.
David Mode.
Dehan. Shoot.
David D Mode.
I can't remember the lead singer of Depeche Mode's name.
Yeah.
He's very talented.
Oh yeah, but like, oh shit. What is my power here? What is my power? What did I do? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about Depeche Mode. Oh fuck, what do I do here? Oh, it moves. We're good. It moves.
All right. Well done.
Oh man, my food fucking stinks.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a bunch of greens and shit.
It smells like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, it's probably got some broccoli or something in it.
Oh god.
It's
cooked Brussels sprouts. Nothing fills a room like your farts and cooked Brussels sprouts.
Well, I'm just trying
and so help me God if Brussels sprout farts from you are in my life.
I'm just trying to eat healthy, you know? I'm trying to eat like Whole Foods.
No, I respect that.
So I often shop at Whole Foods.
It seems reasonable.
To purchase my Whole Foods. You know, I'm just trying not to have so many processed things in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I talk about like burgers and snacks and all the time, and it's just like, I need to stop.
You gonna stop drinking Monster? That's the stuff that's shortening your life every time you drink it.
Yeah. I mean, the answer is yes. And I do, but I just come back to it.
I know.
Because it's just, but I feel like this next not drinking Monster is probably gonna be the longest not drinking Monster.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
because I don't know. I've been reading a lot about food science lately, and how like, yeah, that stuff is killing you.
That's the only thing I see you do that I'm like, I actually worry a little bit.
Oh, when I drink the pain juice.
Yeah, the multiple tall cans. I'm just like, oh, my friend is dying.
It's not good for you.
In front of my eyes.
No, it's not good for you. And I drink the low carb one too, which is like, there's a bunch of research done on aspartame and all that shit. It's like the most researched food in the world, and like most of the research says it's fine. But I don't think it's fine.
This research brought to you by the Aspartame Association of America.
Well, because it's always a question. It's like, does aspartame give you cancer? And it's like, I don't think so, but I don't know. Maybe it does. Can you prove that it doesn't?
No, but I can't prove anything.
That's true.
In any direction.
I guess you're right about that.
Yeah.
Oh, you just kind of run into it and it slows down time. I thought you had to activate the time.
I was wondering why you were steadfastly avoiding them.
Well, because I was like, they don't work when I use them, so I was like, I don't understand it, so I'm just gonna stop. Mother fudger!
I see.
Just give me the dang gem! Anyway, yeah, aspartame will kill you.
Okay, cool.
That shit'll kill you.
What are you gonna drink instead?
Tea.
Cool.
Water.
Great alternatives.
I don't know. It's like, I don't need coffee. Or caffeine. Well, my wife is super into coffee, and she wants me to be into coffee.
I don't think... I'm not sure, but I don't think coffee is terrible for you.
No, it has
moderation.
benefits.
Yeah.
If you can drink decaf and it's like decent for you. It's just like people fill it with milk and sugar.
Oh, right.
But like just coffee, as the Zoomers call it, bean juice.
Right?
That's fine. Is there an earthquake happening?
I think yes, I think someone's rolling the cans, like the recycling cans on the pavement outside. Wee!
That's fun. There we go. Boom! Hit the right. Oh my god, that was beautiful. Whoa!
A tree came down near my house the other night, and I thought that like a helicopter had crashed into our roof.
Wow.
Yeah, it was...
Wait, did it hit your roof?
No, it just came down nearby. But it was very shocking.
Yeah, well, I've had trees fall on my roof like nuts.
Because it's been raining like crazy here lately, which is so weird for LA.
And Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The city of angels.
The LA River, it actually looks like a river right now.
Yeah.
Usually it's like this weird dirt brown trickle of water in the center of a cement basin.
Oh god, it's disgusting. But it's the only place with vegetation.
Yeah, especially now. I think the strangest thing about parts of LA, not all of it, because some of it is just like too cementy, but a lot of like the brown bits of LA, like the dirt patches, immediately turn green when it rains like 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
So suddenly LA looks like the Pacific Northwest.
Well, that's why we got fires constantly.
Yeah, it's
Because it's like it grows and it's all like, wee, and then it never rains again, and then it's all like, I'm dying! And then it burns.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Do you need to jump that? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. I have like, yes, and.
Okay.
There's this feather thing. It makes me fall lightly.
Ah.
See, isn't that cool?
Featherfall.
Yeah.
That's a Dungeons & Dragons spell.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make you fall lightly?
Correct, Aaron.
Well, I don't know. I was gonna say I've never played Dungeons & Dragons, but I have.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
I mean, like anything, it's who you do it with, because like, it's very dependent on imagination. So if you have a dungeon master who's like really got a great imagination and a great storyteller, then it's fabulous.
Okay, that's while true.
Mm-hmm.
That's not why I dislike it.
Okay.
I dislike it because it's bifurcated.
I thought you were gonna say I dislike it because you like it.
I dislike it because it sucks. No,
explain the bifurcation.
I like combat with numbers, and I like story stuff, but I don't like when they interfere with each other. Because it's like, if I'm gonna like come up with a story with friends and do silly voices, like I just want to do that. And then when it's like roll for initiative, I'm like, oh my god.
But how would you decide what happens?
No, rolling is fine, but
okay.
Combat, it's like, ugh, and it's okay, now it's your turn. It's like, fucking, so I'm gonna use my bow and arrow. Okay, roll to see if it hits. Like, so annoying.
But it's like the whole thing. That's the whole game.
That's not the whole game. It's half the game.
It's true.
The other half is like going to villages and talking to jaunty little sailors, and they're like, "Oh, I just came into port," and it's like, "Oh boy, this funny little fellow." That's the. But like, I like either of those things. But
I love the idea that your experience of years of playing Dungeons & Dragons has only been in towns comprised completely of jaunty sailors. Wow. This place is swell.
Ooh.
I guess I understand. I just don't know how there would be an alternative, because you need...
Just do one or the other. Warhammer's the other, is just combat. And then probably every other fucking tabletop that's written, like Shadowrun. Does Shadowrun have combat? I'm sure it does.
I believe it's the same principle, because you need an element that's beyond the control of anyone just saying like, well, this happens or this happens, you know?
But that's what the dice roll's for.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm okay with the dice roll's fine.
You're just saying the system that the dice rolls are part of.
No,
like
the combat. I'm saying specifically the combat, because the combat, it's like it's its own phase, where you don't really do much aside from just like I attack it with the river dance.
Right, but the dice rolls are how you determine what happened in the combat.
I understand that, but you also do dice rolls when you're just walking around town talking to jaunty sailors.
Okay.
Because you're like, it's like, oh, and then the DM's like, you suspect that they're hiding something, and you're like, oh, ask him if he's hiding something. Roll to see if you are charismatic enough to ask that shit.
No, what you're saying makes sense.
And then you roll a 1, and it's like, you offended him, and he stabs you in the heart, and you die. Like, he's like, oh, cool, that's fun. But when it's like, and then orcs come out of nowhere, and then now there's 4 of them, and here's you on where the board is, and you gotta fight them, and roll for initiative. I'm like, man, fuck off! I don't want this.
Alright.
I don't need this.
I'm sure Matt Mercer will be very disappointed.
No, he's a good man.
I love him.
But that's what he's good at. He's good at the storytelling part, which is fun. And I'm not saying I don't like combat either. I just don't like both of them together. I just wish it was one or the other.
Fair enough. I guess I just don't know how there could be an alternative.
What do you mean? You just just get together with your friends and just be like, we're going to a little town now.
Just with no combat whatsoever?
Yeah, why? Why would you need combat? You can have conflict with story. Where it's like, oh, well, what do you do? Do you...
Mic off. Mic on.
I know I look awfully disheveled right now, which is extremely unprofessional, and that's uncharacteristic of me, so I do apologize for the lack of professionalism. I look like a time-traveling caveman who just got out of the machine and is curious on what year it is. But there's a good reason for it, I'll briefly explain. I play pickup basketball every Thursday night. I'm getting absolutely filthy. I wouldn't be surprised if I got recruited into the NBA over the next couple years, but that's besides the point. After the pickup basketball game this evening, I hopped on Twitter for the first time today and noticed something huge. Susan has stepped down as CEO of YouTube. This news kind of came out of nowhere. I haven't been this surprised since I was a child and learned that chocolate milk didn't come from brown cows. Susan has been the CEO of YouTube for the last 9 years, but she's been at Google for 25. And now she's hanging up her dancing shoes and stepping away from the company. However, she is still taking on an advisory role to Google and Alphabet, as I understand it. She did post a statement going into detail, just kind of like a swan song on the way out, going over the years and the progress that the platform has made. Really, the whole post feels almost like a YouTube rewind. You know, at least the closest thing we've had over the last couple of years since they canned that whole thing. It's just a look at YouTube and what's happened since she's taken the helm. And her future plans aren't revealed at the moment. We don't know. It could be anything. You know, maybe she fucking announces an NFT project. You know, anything's possible. But there is one thing we do know. YouTube is going to have a new CEO. And most people are pretty pessimistic about it, for good reason. Now, I know a lot of people have criticized Susan, and rightfully so. There's plenty of things that you can point out as being suboptimal, and a lot of things that didn't ever get fixed that needed fixing, and changes that should have come but still haven't come. There's plenty of things that you can critique. But I have always maintained that at least Susan knew what was going on the platform. She'd talk to creators, even though it pretty much fell on deaf ears. Anytime a creator gave her advice, YouTube would kind of wipe their ass with it, it felt like. She at least talked to them. She'd sit down and talk to some creators. She would post about YouTube frequently on Twitter. She seemed proud of the platform and would actively talk about YouTube, which is more than you could say about a lot of tech CEOs in the business. And the example I always use is Twitch, with our beloved Emmett Shear. I'm convinced this guy doesn't even know he's the CEO of Twitch. He seems genuinely embarrassed to even be associated with it. When you go to his Twitter bio, it's the last thing there, and he kind of downplays his involvement by just saying he's working on Twitch. The guy is literally the CEO of the platform, but I don't think you could find a single tweet he's made about Twitch. And he's never really made any appearances on Twitch. He doesn't talk about it or anything at all. I've only ever actually seen him one time to confirm he's a human being, and it was on a stream where he seemed kind of out of it, like he was either drunk or on Xanax, and he just didn't have any clue what he was talking about when he was mentioning the platform. I'd place a wager that Emmett couldn't name a single streamer on Twitch right now. So at least Susan seemed to know what was going on the platform and actively engaged with it, even though she didn't really fix a lot of shit, and even though there was a lot of mismanagement, like at the very highest level, at the very least, she talked about the platform. She did identify problems, though falling short on fixing a lot of them, and they did roll out good features under her belt while also rolling out some stinkers. So it wasn't like the perfect reign, but it wasn't the worst either. There's always been plenty of room for the platform to get shittier, and hopefully that won't be the case with the new CEO. I'd like to believe that it'll only improve, but time will tell. I'm going to try and remain optimistic on the future of the platform, though I do want to mention something in regards to the timing of Susan stepping down. I don't know how many of you know about this currently, but there is an extremely important legal battle going on right now called Gonzalez versus Google. And the outcome of this litigation could completely change not only the entire landscape of YouTube, but the internet as a whole. Legal Eagle actually just posted a video going over this case in detail, and I can't recommend the video enough so you get a sense for exactly what's going on and the severity of it. I'm going to break it down into its most basic form. YouTube had a problem where it was recommending ISIS videos, extremist content to users. And what ended up happening is it radicalized some users and it led to a legitimate terror attack. And this put this whole problem on display and has led to this lawsuit, which is now getting into very, very dangerous territory with something called Section 230. That's as far as I'm going to go in the breakdown, but Section 230 is instrumental in the internet landscape. Without it, the internet doesn't function as it currently does. It gets a lot worse in many, many, many different ways. Check out Legal Eagle's video on the case, but the reason why I'm mentioning this is because